Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leanna if you're new. So in the entire past year of this pandemic, a lot of us have spent a lot of time alone. I know I have. And sometimes, but not always, being alone kind of translates into feeling lonely. You know, if you're an introvert, you know the value of being alone. As an introvert, I think I've had enough alone time and I just want to hang out with people. But you know, we can't really do that yet. So the idea popped into my head to start a new series on my channel called Come Hang Out If You're Feeling Lonely. And I just talk about random casual things, like we're just casually hanging out. But even though that's what it's called, you don't have to be feeling lonely if you want to just hang out. For the most part, it's just gonna be like a chill thing. It's gonna be unplanned. I'm not gonna, you know, write a script beforehand. If you didn't know, a lot of my videos are scripted. So the idea is just to have like a casual hangout while simultaneously doing something crafty. Because I really like arts and crafts and I think it'll be fun. And hopefully the talking part will add more of a personal touch so that it doesn't feel like you're just watching some random craft video. So for this very first video, I thought we could try embroidery. I went ahead and bought some embroidery hoops. We're gonna start with a really small one because I have no idea how to embroider. But you know, there's a first time for everything. I put some embroidery cloth in here and you know, it's already so cute. I can't wait to like put a little design there. And I also bought some embroidery thread. It's very loud. And it came with a bunch of embroidery needles as well. So I think I have everything I need. So today I thought we could just, you know, embroider. You know, we don't know how much longer this quarantine is going to last. So, you know, what better time to explore a bunch of different artistic media and, you know, kind of reconnect with my artistic side. Because, you know, when there's things to do outside, I kind of don't really feel like staying at home doing art. But, you know, right now is a great time to stay home and do art. So I'm gonna get started. Okay, so I really like flowers, so I'm just gonna draw like a little flower. I don't know if you're supposed to use a specific kind of pen or like marker, but I'm just using a Crayola marker. This is my reference picture. I just found it on the internet and I'm just trying to like draw one of those flowers because I feel like one is enough to start with. All right, I think that's fairly decent. All right, I think that's really cute. I'm feeling like a purple petal. Okay, so I pulled out these 3 purples and this green. Might pick another green. I think this is a better angle so you can see what I'm doing. So I feel like there's definitely nothing more trivial than the weather. But you know, I just really feel like talking about this. The weather was really nice a couple days ago and I just felt really present. For like the first time in a really long time, I felt really present. People always talk about like feeling present and being present, but I never really knew like what they meant by that. Like as far as I knew, being present was just like not having your phone at the dinner table and living life in the here and now. And you know, there's that quote that goes like, oh, the past makes you regret things, the future makes you worry about things, but the present is a gift because, you know, you're in the here and now. There's no worries and no regrets. And that's why it is called the present, because it's a gift. And I think it's just kind of stupid, but, you know, it actually kind of makes sense. So a couple days ago, I felt really present because it was like 74 degrees and like, I don't remember the last time it was 74 degrees. Oh, I know. It was back when I was living in SoCal. And not freezing my ass off every single day. If it's not 70 degrees, I'm freezing. I'm definitely freezing. So yeah, it was kind of nice to have a beautiful SoCal weather day where it was like 70 something degrees. Even though, you know, it's totally because of global warming and that is bad. But you know, I just felt really refreshed and all I wanted to do that day was, you know, be outside and walk around. I felt really present because I didn't feel like being anywhere other than where I was. So that was rather nice. I'm leaving like a little gap between here and the center because I kind of want to like add some lighter purple, but I don't know if it's gonna be a bad idea. I don't know if I should have just like filled in the whole thing, but you know, we'll see. Another thing that I kind of want to talk about, and this just came up in my mind, is my shopping addiction. I know I joke about it every once in a while, like, oh, I have a shopping addiction. And you know, a lot of people my age also joke about it. They're like, oh my god, I'm addicted to shopping. It's kind of seen as like kind of a joke. There are definitely a lot of people whose shopping addictions are worse than mine, but you know, admitting that you have a problem is the first step to solving it. In the past 4 years, I've kind of used shopping as something to, you know, make me feel better when I'm sad, or reward myself when I, you know, get good grades or some shit, or just to like pass the time when I'm bored. And that would be okay if I had like a lot of money to spare, but the thing is, I just don't. And you know, sometimes I shop like I have a lot of money. Which I do not. I've done a couple things to try to fix it, but nothing has really like stuck. And I find that like when I want something, it's very hard to resist. So while I can have like a budget in place, you know, whether or not I will follow it is another matter. And you know, especially now there's not really much else to do, so that leaves a lot of time for online shopping. You know, I find that when I'm busier, I don't really feel like shopping, but when I'm not, I do. I really, really do. And one thing that I tried to do was not shop for the entirety of December, but, you know, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I am a little bit disappointed in myself. But also, I really like the things that I got. I'm grateful that it hasn't gotten so bad to the point where I'm maxing out my credit cards and not being able to pay them back. But, you know, it's still something that I would like to do something about. Like, I would just really like to have some self-restraint. I don't know, retail therapy has always been my solution. Instead of spending money on actual therapy, why not just buy clothes? I realized that one thing that really, really makes me want to shop is Instagram ads. So if you saw my quitting social media for a week video, I said in that video that I discovered that I didn't feel like shopping in my week of no social media. Therefore implying that social media is definitely one of the causes of me wanting to buy things. I like going on Instagram. There's a lot of fun things there. But the bad thing about it is that there are a ton of ads, and you can't really do anything about the ads that they show you, or so I thought. So what I've done is put my phone on grayscale every time I go on Instagram. And every time I get one of those ads for like, you know, jewelry or like a pretty makeup palette, I just don't even care, because I'm just like, oh, it's gray and dull and boring, and I don't want it. It has helped me not want things so intensely as of late. So I think it's a really great trick. You know, I still kind of feel the urge to shop sometimes, because Instagram definitely isn't the only thing that motivates me to shop, but you know, I feel like it's been a little better. Like, it's been a little relieving these past couple days that I have had my phone in grayscale. You know, I've tried loads of things, like blocking certain websites, using a website blocker, but, you know, I always end up deleting those anyway. And I've tried setting budgets for myself before, but it kind of all failed. So, you know, I'm just really trying to figure out, like, what works for me. And I'm glad that, you know, I finally found something that works. This whole grayscale thing. I do want to put some money into investments, because that's smart. I feel like the money I spend wouldn't even be that much if I actually had a job. So, you know, I should probably go find one. But, you know, it's kind of difficult with COVID and everything, but not impossible. I don't know, I kind of feel iffy about going outside in times like this, but, you know, life must go on. You know, I think it's looking pretty dope so far. It's really looking like a flower. I'm really excited to see the final product. I feel like every time I get into something, I just like really get into it. Like, I remember I wasn't really into online shopping that much as a teenager, which probably was a good thing because I have a tendency to get addicted to things that I'm into. Like, first it was like Facebook games. Like, I don't know if you guys remember Playfish on Facebook. I used to play Restaurant City all the time, and like Pet Society, and it wouldn't just be like for fun, you know. It would, I mean, it was fun, but it would also be like, you know, that was my entire life. Like, I would have to play it for like hours on end. So, you know, it's a good thing that I don't do drugs, because I'd probably be addicted to drugs. I don't know, after Facebook it was like reading young adult novels, and you know, I collected a lot of them as well, and I think I've straight up spent like $1,000 on books. I had like 100 books, and for what? For what reason? I don't even have them anymore. You know, for some reason I would just like want to buy them. Like, I didn't want to check it out at the library, I just wanted to buy them and have them. And you know, when I went to college, I had a debit card, and I was like, hey, you know, like, shopping, that's fun. Like, I wasn't really into online shopping, really, before, because I didn't have a debit card, but I was like, hey, I have a debit card, so I might as well online shop. And then I just kind of started buying clothes, and you know, it felt really good. And you know, I really did like the whole browsing for things and putting them into my cart and buying them and then waiting for them and then opening them, and also like sometimes having them. But I feel like the best part of that entire process for me is probably just the buying and the anticipation. But a lot of the times when I get things, that magic just kind of dies, you know. I've definitely heard other people talk about this as well, so I know I'm not alone in this. That whole like feeling that whole magic thing when you're waiting for a package to come. It's just like that excitement, you know, it's something to look forward to. Especially if your life is super boring like mine. You know, it's nice to have something to look forward to. Lately, in kind of an effort to take away some focus from wanting to shop, I have been playing Facebook games again, namely the billiards game, the pool, 8-ball pool. It's pretty fun. It's definitely something to do when I'm bored that isn't spending money. What can I say? I just really like things. I really like material objects. You know, makeup, clothes, jewelry. Like, I'm so into that. But, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you shouldn't spend money on things. Instead, you should save for experiences and trips. You know, like, don't spend your money on like a fancy car. And I think I agree with that to a certain extent. But, you know, I also really like having nice things. I, for one, would really like to have a really beautiful house because I am a homebody, and you know, that's where I'll spend most of my time. So obviously, I want it to be a very nice place. The flowers are really coming together, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in the lighter purple. I'm kind of scared of it not turning out too well. But you know, there's only one way to find out. Separating the thread is a complete nightmare. You know, at first I thought I was going to just use this thickness, the original thickness, but turns out none of the needles are big enough for that, so I kind of had to split them apart. Or not kind of, I literally have to split the string apart so that it'll fit in the needle, and it's all really tangly. Apparently you're supposed to like use your tongue, but I kind of don't want to. I'm kind of feeling like this video is a little podcasty. You know, just, it's kind of like my podcast, except it's unscripted, and you know, there's stuff to look at. I feel like in this day and age, people have never been lonelier. I feel like despite having social media and having all these ways to communicate with each other, we are still very lonely. I spend a lot of time with myself. You know, in this quarantine, I'm especially grateful for those of my friends who, you know, have made an active effort to keep in touch with me. I think one thing that has dwindled in the past couple years are my social skills. I mean, when I went to college for the first time, I was just a social butterfly, you know, at parties and stuff, of course. I would just like walk up to random people that I didn't know and just like chat them up. Because, you know, I knew I had to make friends. Otherwise I was gonna have no friends. Then, you know, once I had some established friendships, I'm just like, well, you know, guess I don't need to socialize anymore. So, you know, I haven't socialized, really. I haven't like made new friends in a really long time. And I don't feel like I need new friends. You know, I feel like I have a great social circle at the moment, but I just feel like I am socially inept now. And yeah, being in quarantine has made me socially inept. Just a little, maybe. I don't know how to talk to people. So lately I feel like I haven't really done that great of a job at kind of keeping in touch with a lot of my friends, just because I'm feeling like shy, you know, because, you know, I haven't interacted with people in a really long time, so I feel really shy. And I guess I'm also like nervous about hitting people up. There's only so much you can do over Zoom. Like, I mean, yeah, you could watch a movie at the same time, but you know, sometimes the internet's slow, and my internet is slow, and you could play games too, but you know, it's still not the same as an in-person experience. So yeah, I am very excited for quarantine to be over. It's been an entire year now, pretty much, so can it be done yet? I really miss going outside. The thing I miss most about the outdoors is going to restaurants. But then again, not going to restaurants for the entire past year has kind of been a breath of relief for my wallet. Eating out costs a lot of money. I honestly don't know if this is gonna look good. But, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing it. We'll see, we'll see. So at the moment, I don't have Hulu or Netflix, and that left me with Amazon Prime. And Amazon Prime was never something that I watched stuff on, even though I always had it, you know? I was like, oh, you know, there's nothing really good on there, like all the good stuff you have to pay for. But lately I've been actually like really enjoying the Prime originals. There are some good movies there. One movie that I'd recommend checking out is Herself. It's about overcoming domestic abuse, and you know, it's about this lady who wants to build her own house. And it just really, really spoke to me. I feel like I don't really know what else to say about it, except, you know, it was good. If you want more of a romantic movie, I'd recommend Sylvie's Love. I really enjoyed that one. Uncle Frank I also really enjoyed. And just yesterday when I was working on a nail order, I got to watch The Dressmaker with Kate Winslet and Liam Hemsworth. And I also saw Instant Family, and they were both very good. I enjoyed both very much. I personally really liked The Dressmaker like a lot more. Man, that movie was so good. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, you know, that has been my life lately. Kind of discovering that Amazon Prime has actual good movies on there. I've kind of been going off the ratings that people have been giving. Like if a movie is high rated, I'll make sure to check it out. You know, I used to like never trust people's movie ratings. Like I just don't trust movie critics. I don't know. I don't know if that's like super pretentious to say that I don't trust professional movie watchers and reviewers, but I don't know, I just feel like art is subjective, you know? And the fact that Mulan 2020 wasn't rated 1 out of 10, you know, you just really gotta like form your own opinions about things. So yeah, I never used to like trust movie ratings from movie critics, that is. The ratings on Amazon are just like from regular people who like watch the movie, so if a movie has 4 stars or more, you know, that means a lot of people liked it, a lot of regular people liked it. I don't know if like movie critics feel like they have to say they like something to like, you know, get paid or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But you know, when it's just like regular people watching Amazon movies, you just, you know, it's like their actual opinion. You know, I've been watching movies on Amazon that people like, and you know, I've had pretty good luck with it so far. So that's kind of been my whole life lately. Just doing YouTube, doing nails, watching movies, and it's pretty relaxing. I won't lie, it's pretty relaxing. But you know, at the same time, I kind of want stuff to, you know, happen for me. Like I want my life to begin. But you know, I feel pretty okay. I feel pretty content with what I'm doing right now. And I'm pretty lucky, you know, I'm pretty lucky to not have to pay rent and not have to buy my own groceries. Life is okay. You know, it could be a lot worse. I was kind of hesitant about the lighter purple color, but I think it's actually turning out pretty cute. I feel like this is a very okay flower. I feel like it's kind of a little messy over here. But, you know, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take some gold thread that my sister bought a while ago so she could embroider something. It didn't come in the little kit, but you know, I had this lying around, and I'm going to do the center. I think it's gonna be really cute with a little gold center. So I've only got a few stitches through, but you can already see that there's gold in the middle. I think that's cute. That's where the flower sperm is. Okay, so I've discovered that if you pull very slowly, then it doesn't get tangled. Well, my life has changed. Here are all the casualties from me pulling too fast. Oh man. This is how the flower is. I'm getting started on the leaves now. You know, it's not perfect, but I think I'm very okay with this flower being the very first flower that I've ever embroidered. You know, not bad, right? I'm just really glad I started small, because this is a lot more time consuming than I thought it was gonna be. You know, I used to be a complete pink girl. I don't know when it happened, but green's my favorite color now. You know what has never been my favorite color? Blue, just because it's so basic. It's so basic, and I feel like every guy's favorite color is blue. I can't think of any guy in my life whose favorite color isn't blue. That's so funny. But you know, don't get me wrong, blue is rather lovely, and it's a good eyeshadow color for me. It complements the brown eyes. I just don't really prefer it over the other colors. I feel like this might be fun to do while like watching TV or something. Just like chilling on a Sunday afternoon. I think that's a rather decent leaf. I think embroidery is so cool. I'm just imagining the person who invented embroidering just being like, oh, you know, I kind of want to draw something. I'm gonna use the most time-consuming method I can think of. I'm gonna draw with thread. But, you know, it is pretty cool. In ancient China, embroidery was a big thing. And in the Chinese dramas that I watched, like every time, you know, a peasant girl would go into the palace to try to, you know, be selected as a palace maid because, you know, it was a huge honor to be a palace maid. Whoever, like, embroidered the best would get to, you know, get hired. And I guess it was a very desirable job to be selected to make clothes for the members of the royal family. Oh, you know what? I also saw the Dora movie on Amazon Prime, I think. And it was surprisingly good. I actually really enjoyed it. I never really watched Dora as a kid. I mean, only as a last resort, when there was nothing else on, but, you know, the movie was pretty good, the live-action one. I feel like it's a little bit bare, you know? But then again, I haven't finished yet, so we'll see. We'll see afterwards. You know, I wonder if there's a way to kind of make it less messy on the back. I'm sure there is. But, you know, since mine is just on a hoop, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's messy on the back. But, you know, I think if you were to, like, embroider, like, a sweatshirt or something, you would definitely want it to be neater on the back. Or maybe you can, like, sew a piece of fabric over it to cover it up. But yeah, this is the final product. You know, not bad. Not bad at all. I really like this part, where it really looks like there's one leaf on top of the other leaf. And I only did it with one color, too. Wow, look at me. I think I will definitely do this more. This was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. And that is pretty much it for this video. I know I wanted to try diamond painting and also resin crafts. I've never tried making anything out of resin before, but I really like watching those Instagram resin videos where people like make random crafts and stuff. I think it's super cute and it looks really fun. Let me know if there's anything you want to see me try in terms of like arts and crafts. And yeah, embroidery is checked off the list. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me for a little bit. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!